Spy again is on a double bottom, but look at how VWAP is right there. I want you guys to see this. So typically you're like, yay, I'm going to drive this to the upside, but look at where VWAP is, right? So even though this is a double bottom, look at, you can see it touched right here. So this is a dangerous position where normally I would say, hey, let's hammer this. Well, I'd be cautious. So if I'm going to long this, I'm not longing it here. I'm longing it here when it breaks and holds above VWAP. Does that make sense?
Yes, coach.
Because there's just not enough meat on the bones from here to here.
No, it's nothing.
There's nothing there, right? This is a nice double bottom bounce, and now you guys are in it above VWAP, yes?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And then where would your stop be?
Just below.
Under VWAP.
There you go. Don't make it all crazy complicated. Trade the trades, right? Now look at that. So again, perfect double bottom bounce execution. Wait for a better setup, which is above 404.65. Now it's at 605.10. Now you're in a great position. And guess what? Now you guys are up on a triple top. So now everybody's watching right here for a pullback. It's ping pong. I want you guys thinking of it like that all day. Right here, 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 until one side breaks out one way or the other at some point. Okay? It's ping pong till it shows us otherwise. All right? SPY again is on a double bottom, but look at how VWAP is right there. I want you guys to see this. Oh my gosh, look at this monster.
Order filled.
Oh my.
176%.
Order filled.
So beautiful.
SPY still to the downside. Everybody is still printing. Make sure you guys shed as you go, right? Shed as you go. Man, this is still bleeding out hardcore. Who's got support listed on this? Anybody?
I just gave it to
yes.
you, Coach. 594.22.
20.
Okay, so five. So now,
594.82.
And after that, it 594.
thank you. SPY getting a nice bounce to the upside.
Order filled.
Look at that. SPY to the upside. Looking real nice on that pop of 594.25 that all of our members said was support. Tell me the training in here doesn't work. Look at that. Perfect executed call out from you guys. Am I right? Every single day, what I want you guys to do, and I talk about this all the time, you should be looking at your 2 to 3 charts that you love, right? You guys know I always have SPY and Apple. Of course, I'm always monitoring everything else, but these are always on my screen. I'm always trading off of these. But you guys should take your 2 to 3 charts, use the pre-market setup that we have. Also set up every day pre-market high, pre-market low, previous day high, previous day low. Market exactly like I have in here. This will help you because when we start to get up to double tops, double bottoms, etc., you can also notice I marked one in gold. You can see here on Apple, this is a gold level. The reason is because look at how many times it touched and could not break through this. So this is a major resistance level. So I want to see this in gold. You can also see that I mark some of these when I want to tell myself, hey, this is where I'm going to go long. This is where I'm going to go short. So I already know by looking at my chart, because you guys know I have to bounce around 100 charts in a day to show you guys and what we're doing and what we're looking at. I'm already set up for success. Put everything you need on your screen. Now, the reason, again, that I didn't mark this is because this was so high, but if I wanted to, I could put Apple up here, right? And this would be my previous day high. So you just right-click your chart, go to Drawings, Text. I just put in PDH, or previous day high. It'll look just like this. I always put it just above the chart. That way we know when we're looking at it, and when we get to those key levels, you're going to know right away. And then I'll be able to use this throughout the whole day, right? So just a quick pro tip there for you. It'll set you guys up. Write in that journal you're not writing in why you're not finding success. If you look in the mirror and go, I'm not finding success, did you follow all the rules? I would bet you did not. Am I right? How many of us in here that have continued to fail at this are not following the rules? And every time you follow the rules, you find success. And then you don't follow the rules and you get emotional and then you don't. Anybody show of hands? Is that anybody in here?
Yep, I'm right there, Coach.
There it is.
That's what you're saying.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
In the past.
Yep.
Sure is.
For sure. Now listen, hey, I do it all the time. We're human. I understand. But again, my job is to make sure that you guys are putting your best foot forward and doing the job. I still make mistakes. I still live trade and make mistakes. I still do stupid human things. But my job is to try to help correct you, right? I understand you guys will slip up. I get it. We're human. I understand. Nobody's perfect. I understand. But what I want every single day is so you go, you know what? Today I'm going to try. Today I'm going to try to do that. That's all I can ask, right? Of anybody on any team, anywhere. I put them out there. I put the rules in place. You guys can follow it. We can either win the game or not. So today, are you going to win the game and follow the rules, or are you going to go by your own playbook, fail again, wake up tomorrow and go, I'm going to start again? How about you start this today? How about right now is the time? How about right now? I challenge all of you. Don't you dare quit on yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in the time that you need. You're not going to get it in a month. Learn, learn, learn. Stop trading and start training. I need all of you on point. I want everybody to be successful. I would love to have more success stories, more millionaires, more people retiring, right? I would love that. We love those success stories. If you're in the beginning, I would love for it to be able to pay for your groceries, right? Or you made enough to pay that phone bill. You got new tires on your car. You paid down some debt. You were able to get some Christmas that you wanted, right? All of those things, all right? We're all in different places, but I need you guys focused and I need you committed. I need everybody in the room to commit. Is everybody in this room going to commit?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Promise.
We can do it. We can do it together. Start today. I don't want no excuses. I don't want to hear nothing other than, yes, I did that.
Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket.
Welcome. You guys see me? What the hell's going on? All right, trying to figure out how to get this thing right. I don't know what it's doing. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, well, don't know why that's doing that, but welcome to the Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I'm your host, Dawn, aka J&J Video Reacts. I don't know why the screen is that way. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get it fixed here. Nope, it's doing that. How weird is that, huh? Let me see. Nope, then it takes it back there. There we go. Sometimes you just got to play around with stuff, you know what I mean? Welcome. Hopefully you guys made some money today. Hopefully you guys did well. This was a awesome day in the market. A lot of things tended to go in one main direction today, and that was one of the things that I wanted to talk about, was watching for setups and watching to see when setups happen. So I invited you guys to come up on the panel. The stream link is down there to come on up here and talk about your trades today, because if you had good trades or if you have bad trades, or if you're confused about the setup, or what exactly is the pushing point for us to actually get in a trade, what is it that you guys are looking for? Come up here on the panel. We can discuss it. We can pull up the screen and take a look at some stuff. But I am, again, J&J Video Reacts, and this is a stream that's been created for you guys to just kick back after the market, discuss coaches' strategies, and get your foothold in for the next day, right? And just kind of relax, play some games, just kind of enjoy each other's company, just to kind of unwind after the market. So American Dream Trading was founded by Chad W. Christian, who is a 33-year stock market vet. And he created this community for us because he wanted to teach people how to trade in simple ways that pretty much anybody could do it. And because of that, he has created over 10 millionaires. And I think he said at least 8 of them had no prior experience. That's a good track record. Okay, that's a very good track record. He's retired over 200 people. There have been over at least 200 people. And for every 200 you know, there's 200 you don't know about. More, right? So he teaches us the right way. We know how to enter trades. We know how to chart, right? There is no such thing as just jumping in willy-nilly or chasing call outs or just, getting ticker symbols and just jumping in stuff. Like, we don't do that over here. We actually learn the correct way. So shout out to you, Coach, for teaching us the right way. We appreciate you. Changing lives one trade at a time, my brother. Let's take a look and see who's down there. Now, don't forget, we are trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, and we are so close. Right now, we are currently sitting at 14,742. Yes. Right? We are under 300, guys. We only got 258 to go to get him to 15K. We can knock that out this week. We can knock that out between today and tomorrow, right? Let's get it done. Let's get that thing done. So make sure you guys are hitting that like, share the content out, and subscribe if you are not subscribed, right? That is amazingly awesome. Welcome. I see you down there, darn cricket. Welcome, gang. Kimberly, hi. How are you? What's up with you, Mikey D, Sweet Tea? We got Bucko 504 down there. What up, Bucko? Angie's down there. Hey, honey. Eminem, what's going on? You're at a game, right? I'm at my 5-year-old's first T-ball game. Nice. But I'll be watching. Later. Love y'all and hope everyone had a great day. Yes. So what about that UPXI, huh? What about that thing? That thing ran like crazy this morning. And shout out to one of our moderators who got it in the $2 range, right? And wrote it all the way up to, I think he said, over $11. Woo! That's how you get it done over here, right? He saw the perfect setup, which brings me to tonight's talk off, right? Looking for the perfect setup. Now, what is the perfect setup? Well, if you're familiar with the EMAs, we use the 9 EMA, the 21 EMA, and the 55 EMA. And we also use VWAP, of course, right? If you don't use anything, you're using VWAP. And then the MA200. Now, the perfect setup is when you have these all diverged, right? Hopefully they're all separated and they're all going in one direction with the 9 leading the way. So if you're looking for um, an opportunity to get into something to the upside, you want to wait until the 9 is above the 21 and the 21 is above the 55, and all 3 of those are above VWAP. Preferably, the MA200 is above VWAP as well. But the big kicker is when the 9 crosses the 21. That is the start of a new setup or a new EWO if you do the 2-minute EWO, right? So we can pull up. Let's see. Let's pull up Weevil and see if we can't find some setups in the aftermarket. Let's see. Okay, fine. I'm so excited. Shout out to you, Maria, for turning me on to Speechify. I'm so excited to listen to Mark's newsletter tonight. That is going to be so cool. Oh, there it is. Okay, wrong one. All right, it sounds like somebody's coming up here on the panel with me. So let me let them in. Woo, Milk Money. What's going on?
I was muted.
What's up?
Oh, you know, it's finally sunny out.
I know we miss it. We haven't had any sun here in a minute. There we go. Let's get some background going on.
Here we go. Okay. I like tonight's info.
Oh, tonight's topic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me share my screen with Weevil on it over there. Yeah, because, you know, what gave me the idea, I was thinking about it in futures earlier, people were asking about the 2-minute EWO setup. And it was like, you know, that's actually a really good idea to go back over the 9 setup. And if you want to talk about the 2-minute EWO setup, we can do that as well. Because I'm sure people are still trying to figure things out.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see.
Never-ending learning.
It really is. And just when you think you got it, something will throw you for a loop.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's see, top gainers, and we're gonna pull aftermarket stuff. All right, so on their top gainers, they have HOFV. Okay. All right, that's got something we can look at. HOFV. Okay, now see here, gang. When you're talking about the perfect setup, my 9 is the white line, VWAP is the yellow line, the 21 is blue, and the 55 is the orange, and the light blue or light purple down here is the 200. Ideally, the perfect setup looks similar to this in the fact that these are separated from one another. But see how these are all jumbled up here? You want the 9 leading the way. You want to see that white line leading the pack. You want to see the 21 right under it. And you pretty much how it looks here. See the 21, the 9, the 21, and the 55, how they look here. That's what you want. But you want all of that, and preferably including this 200, over top of this yellow line. That is if you're looking to go to the upside. Right? And if you can see here, take a look here. Let's stretch this out. Here, it was like that. You see that? Here, it was like that. The 9 was actually over VWAP. And it was leading to some good stuff until VWAP crossed back over and then look what began to happen, right? So you want this stuff over top of VWAP if you're looking to go to the upside, and if you're wanting to go to the downside, obviously it all needs to be under VWAP, which it is right now. But it needs to remain in the proper order, which means the 9 needs to lead the way, then the 21, then the 55. So with that being said, if I wanted this to go to the downside, which you can see it's starting to happen here, it's closing up. What do I want to see happen here? Where do I need that 9 to be? Somebody answer me down there in the chat. It's a good one, right, Ange? Where do we need that to be? Hey, Pebbles. Hey, Kyle. Jeanette, what's up, honey? That's right. Darn Cricket says smash that like button. Tell me where I need this 9 to be. If the 9 needs to be, lead the way. Anybody? Pebbles below the 20. Yes, Pebbles. Yes, Pebbles. Pebbles listens. It needs to be below the 21. Good job, man. So we need this 9 to keep on doing what it's doing if we want this to continue. If you have the ability to short a stock, or you're doing options and you want to get into a put, or if you're in futures and you're looking to sell, right? You need this 9 to steadily move down and get below the 21. Remember, the 9 needs to lead the way. To the upside, it was up, then the 21, then the 55. So now we need it to be 9, 21, 55 the other way. We need to flip that script. And of course, all of that needs to stay below VWAP for that to be good to the downside. Now you see that? The 9 and the 21. When you see that 9 and 21 cross, that's huge. That's huge. That means it's on its way to going in whatever direction that 9 is pointed, whether it be to the upside or the downside. So the perfect setup is having the 9 above or below the 21 and the 55 above or below the 21 as well, preferably all in that order. So 9, 21, 55, whether it be up or down, you want the 9 leading the way. Does anybody have any questions about that? Kyle, under candles, above 21, bucko. Nope. Yeah. You need it under if you want it to the downside. If you want it to the upside, it needs to be over top of the 21. Does anybody have a trade that they want to pull up? Come up here and tell us about the trade if you made some money in it. UPIX. And you got anything you want to talk about, honey? UPXI. I think it was XI, wasn't it? You still here? Or did you do an Irish goodbye on me? UPXI. All right. So UPXI, if we take a look at this, this is exactly what we were describing. See what happened here? The 9, after everything was jumbled up for a while, this is where a lot of new traders kind of get jumbled up in the mix and get messed up. They want to try to play in this, and we call this chop suey, right? We call this chop. This is, you don't want to play in that. You want to literally sit on your hands. I know it's hard, but you got to develop patience, and this is what's going to develop it for you. Learn how to sit on your hands whenever you see the market like this, if you're a new trader and you're not a channel scalper, right? Then you've got high of day here. You've got the wicks up here, which tells you what? What do these wicks up top tell you? What kind of pressure is this letting you know? Look how tall that wick is right there. And then you've also got a red behind it. What's that telling you? What kind of pressure is that? Come on, I know you know it. Thank you, Jeanette. Selling pressure, right? So look what happens. One group of sellers start the ball rolling, they smash it down, and then it's got a confirmation candle, and then it's got a third. Now, this is what we call laying across the tracks right here, right? Because there's your tracks, there's the indicators, but they're still jumbled up. Is this a good entry? It looks good, right? You got all these confirmation candles right here, and it's still red. That looks like a good setup, right? No, that is not a good setup, because look what happened here. That would have literally scared the living hell out of you, because you would have been like, oh crap, I just got in here and now it's going back to the upside. That's because the setup's not there yet, gang. It's jumbled up. Here is where you begin to see the setup. Remember I said they needed to be separated? Look what's happening here. You want to wait until the candles open firmly below the 9, which is this candle right here. There's your setup. See how the 9 is leading the way? Then the 21, then the 55, and they are under VWAP. Not far under VWAP, but they're getting there. But they're still set up, and look what happened. Beautiful ride to the downside. They got wider and wider and wider. Beautiful ride to the downside. And then you come into, which coach likes to say, different behavior here. This is different. This is not going down, down, down. You got a low of day signal here, and you don't have continuation to the downside. You've got sideways consolidation. That means something different has happened. And because of that, look what's happening with the indicators, right? Where we had that nice, perfect downside separation, perfect setup. This is what it looks like right here. This is the name of this show, so take notes. This is what the perfect setup looks like. You want it diverged in the direction that you want and under VWAP, right? Or the other way around. The 9, 21, 55 VWAP, right? Flip it. But right now it's to the downside. But look what happened here. Those of you that, where do I get out? Where do I get out? When you start seeing it do something different, don't hold on to it. This is where you shed. You don't stay in heavy the whole way. If you've got 5 contracts, you need to shed 2 or 3 of them right here, because you don't know. Because this is still to the downside, you don't know that it's going to go all the way back up. So you might want to leave a runner or 2 in there, right? Might want to leave a runner or 2. So this is going to the sideways, and this is letting you know here. You've got an engulfing basically that's bigger than all of these candles. All of these are basically like spinning tops, right? Letting you know that there's a fight going on between the buyers and sellers. This represents, what does this represent? What's happening here? It's consolidation. Yes. There you are. So we got, what does this mean, Ange? What's happening?
Consolidation.
Yep. Indecision. They can't make up their freaking minds here, guys. So if that's happening, you don't need to be stuck in that while they're deciding where they want this thing to go, to the upside or the downside. You made your money here. Don't be greedy. When you see this happening, shed most of your stuff or get out of it, right? Because it looks like it's going to try to reverse on you. And that's what started happening here. And the indicators started closing up. You see that? But they didn't. The 9 never crossed the 21, which explains why you don't get completely out. That's why I said shed. I didn't say get out. I said shed, right? So it consolidates, and you are not stressing because you don't have your whole lot in here now. You've got just a couple of runners in here at this point. Now you got the 9 separating out again. And now all 3 of these indicators are firmly below VWAP. Now you've got the true separation. This right here is the perfect setup. And look where it's going. So if there's ever been any confusion about that, let's get it clear. You need the 9 leading the way, then the 21, then the 55, then VWAP. And preferably, you want some kind of separation like you see here, because that means this is going to last for a little bit. Not guaranteed. Would you agree with that, Ange?
Correct. Yep.
What is this? This is UPXI. Yeah, this thing looked reverse this morning. So let's take a look at this morning. Let's look at it the other way. All right, look what happened this morning. When it started running, right? You had your separation right here. The 9 was leading the way, then the 21, then the 55, and look where good old VWAP is, way the hell down here. These things are way separated out, and look what happened. He had a nice run to the upside here. Crazy run to the upside. This morning in pre-market, it did the same thing. When our moderator got into it, same thing. Same thing. Here it is right here. The 9 left the 21 left the 55, and then they all crossed VWAP. And any comments?
No, I think you're spot on.
You guys do this in futures all day long, don't you?
All day long.
Mark talks about trading off the 9. Ange talks about trading off. That's what trading off the 9 is, right? If you look at this, these candles never really left the 9, guys. So there's, it's up and down, but it never broke below the 9. I mean, look at this thing. Even though the 9 and the 21 converged here, this thing did not. Look at these candles are still above the 9. Still riding them. Still. This is crazy. Still riding it. You didn't ever see these candles drop down here like you saw here in the aftermarket. Right? That's when it completely changed up. So the 2-minute EWO is similar to this, but now, and do you want to kick in here, Ange? Because you can add in what you need to for the 2-minute EWO because it's very similar.
Nope, you go right ahead.
All right, so if you're doing a 2-minute EWO, let's see. Let's try to put it on there. Where is my 2-minute?
It's there.
All right.
Oh, yeah, you're looking for that.
All right, so say we got it on the 2-minute, right? And remember when I mentioned earlier that when the 9 crosses the 21, right? Well, look what happens if you're paying attention to your EWO bars. When you see the 9 cross the 21 here, right? Look what happens. That's the start of an EWO. For those of you who don't know, if you're doing a 2-minute EWO strategy, whenever you see the 9 cross the 21, that is always the start of a new 2-minute EWO. You just need to, at that point, wait for the first largest candle to get your entry in, right? Which technically is the second largest candle, but you want that second largest candle, which in this case would be this one, right? Because these two look like they're about the same size to me. I could be seeing wrong. But this looks like where it takes off, right? And if you look up here, it kind of lines right up with what's happening there. And then you just ride the EWO. Not once is this telling you to get out. It's corresponding, right? Gets a little touchy here because the 9 and the 21 are converging. But then it separates out again. It never changed color or completely dilapidated. It started right back up. So You're still riding this 2 minutes. Same here. Never told you to get out of this EWO. I mean, this is a long one, right? This is the kind that you guys live for over there in futures that are doing that EWO. Nice long ride. Let me ask you this though, Ange.
Yeah.
When you're looking to get out, at what point here would you ride this all the way down? What point here would you use as an exit point?
Well, that's a good question. There's going to be a lot of factors that go into consideration in this play. It's gonna matter when I got in. It's gonna matter how many contracts I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in it enough to shed. Am I comfortable shedding? What else is there I'm going to be thinking about? I'm new enough in the EWO side of things where I still like to get all the way out.
Yeah.
So there's so many different caveats to that. So I most likely would have taken this a little bit differently, and I would have got out when it got close to the 21 completely. If I got in it right away. Only if I got it. When did you get in it? I didn't catch that.
Back here.
Okay, yeah. So I would have most likely got out when it clipped the 21 there. As my
Gotcha.
And I most likely, because of where I'm at with my training, I would have just gotten out right away. I know myself enough at this point. Like, do I know how to shed? Absolutely. Is it always the most appropriate time to shed? I do my very best with that, but also I'm being just a smidge on the side of caution when I see it getting really close to other indicators, like when the 9 starts getting closer to that 21.
Right here?
Yeah, I'm going to have a little bit more hesitation. Yep. And then it's also going to depend on how I went into it. Did I go into the 2-minute EWO with the idea that I'm going to shed? Because then I might be looking for that specifically. But if I'm going in it knowing that I'm going to get the hell out of it as quickly as possible when it shows me to, then I'm going to know at that point that I'm going to go all out as well.
Okay, so with that being said, 2 different scenarios, shedding versus getting all the way out. Mm-hmm. That depends on your entry, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay,
so it's not just entry, it's also position size.
Right. Because if you're in heavy and you're looking to just be in it and get out, mm-hmm. then it wouldn't necessarily matter if you got in perfectly right here then, right? Well, you get in there, but at the same time,
I would have gotten there at the start of that, like right in that area, I might have been a little bit hesitant. It's going to depend on how heavy am I in it.
Because like right here, this first pullback. So even if you got in at the perfect time here, but if you're in heavy and you start to see this happen, this is where you would basically get out, is what you're saying.
There's a possibility. I might have sat through that a little bit just because it never broke the 9.
Gotcha.
So I may have still sat in that candle, and because there was that first green candle pop off the 9, I may have been a little bit more hesitant. Where I'm like, okay, so there's a pop of juice still right here. Let's see what the next candle has. That next candle was green again. It looked like it, I can't really tell, but it looks like it may be a little bit off the shoulder of the previous, so it's still okay. We're moving far enough away from the 9 where it's not telling me that I need to get out.
Right.
And then we have that one red candle, which is fine. And then it continues up and stair steps a little bit, and then it pulls back down to the 9 again.
Yeah.
So we're not on the. I think you're looking at a different spot than what I'm talking about.
Where are you?
I'm referencing. No. Go back.
Right down here?
Nope. Further down. Yeah. So those 3 gamma. Well, I guess you guys call those gamma candles. But there's a large candle and then a red one. So down a little further. Down. Yep, right there. So I may have sat through those 3 candles, those 3 large green candles, because it's pulling away from the 9. And because at that point that I'd be so much in the profit, there is a good chance I would have stuck through those 5 red candles right there. Because
and they're still above the 9.
They're still above the 9, exactly. And I know some people are like, well, that's the hindsight trading. No, you can actually see this when you're in the trade live. You can actually see this. And if you understand the mechanics of how this works, you're still really high up in the green. There is no indication to get out of that.
Yeah.
Then you have another green candle that bounced off the 9, no indication to get out. And then you got some indecision. And then you got another pop. And then you got a big red candle. Now that big red candle right there next to those four green ones. So back a little bit.
Right here?
Nope, back a little bit further.
This one?
There is a good chance that I may or may not have gotten out here. Or because of where I had my stop, which my stop would have been where just below the 21, and then my mental stop is between the 21 and the 9. So my mental stop's right in between there.
Yep.
I may have, because I would have been in the green so much, I may have sat through this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no indication to get out of that. And you can see that as the candles are forming. This isn't just hindsight trading. You could literally see that in those formations happening. And then what happens again? You get another green candle, a big green candle, pulls away from the 9 again. Still, absolutely no indication to get out of that. However, when those 2 red candles form, and then it breaks below the 9, and it looks like it hit the 21, because of where I typically have my stops, I most likely would have got stopped out in that general area right there.
Yep.
Still a green trade, still a good trade. Could I have had my stop up or a little bit looser? Absolutely. Could I have ridden this a little bit longer? Of course. But I have no idea what's going to happen after those three red candles.
Agreed.
I have no idea. It could knife drop to freaking hell. I don't know. But I know one thing. I had to come out of this profitable.
I got out up in here.
See, you got bigger balls than I do. That's okay.
Could make so many.
See, that's the difference of perspective, right? So that
it really is.
And how many hundreds of more EWOs have you done in comparison to myself? A lot. So it goes without saying, right? We know what we're comfortable individually.
And each trader is different. Yeah, each trader is different. Each trader has different accounts that they're dealing with. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Each trader has different experiences, but all of us are generally on the same page with regards to how this strategy works.
Yep.
And what you should be doing in it generally, right? The little nuances depend on the trader, but there is a general consensus between all of us as how this is traded. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Hopefully you guys. Christina, what's up, girl?
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
I muted you initially because you came in like a bull.
I came in hot. I'm making noise.
Yeah, you came in hot. Yeah.
Dogs trying to get out the garage, just making lots of noise. And thank you. Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. Hold on one quick second.
What trade were you guys talking about?
This is UPXI. We were just taking a look at it.
I'm still
earlier.
in it. I'm still.
Are
in
you?
It. I just have 2 shares. That's it, though.
Nice.
But yeah, I say. I mean, it depends on what it's doing for if I stay or not. What kind of trading I'm doing. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you do 2-minute EWO trades or do you just scalp?
I've been doing 2-minute EWOs lately.
Okay.
Because my account's smaller right now. So I can't just, go in and out. I can with futures, but right now I can't do futures because my account's small, and I had that issue last week with Webull, But so I mean, for a long time I did just a lot of scalping and off the 9, and that was it for a while. With SPY and SPX I was doing, and I was making good money like that. But that's a momentum just in and out. If it goes like if you go in the call, if it comes below the 9, if it touches it, it's ready to get out.
Right.
As soon as it drops below it, even if it just the wicks through it out, and then back in the other way. It just depends on if it's above or below, in and out. That's how Coach taught me.
So which one were you in
today? SPY.
Oh, SPY.
Today, just SPY. Yeah, I didn't have the money for SPX. When I do lately, I mean, before I would do SPX, I had the money then. But lately, if I do it, it's the end of the day, and I'm trying to like get back some money.
Ooh,
So at the end of the day, I
ooh.
go in way out of the money because it's, and I watch the price go to see if it's moving, and if it moves, I'll grab one, and I'll let it go quick, and I get out, and that's a couple $100 like within a minute.
I
With,
should have
SPX.
expected to see this because I was messing around with futures and I was paper trading ES, and this was a beautiful situation here.
Yeah,
I
if
just
you were
went down
staying
all
that all
day.
day today, you'd have made a shitload of money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just stayed in my one contract all day, and I let it go up and everything because I know Spy how that's what we were saying. Spy's a stock whore, gets around. It goes both ways at the end of the day. We're just saying, you know. So and it started to come back my way, and then but in the end it wasn't ended up being not a great trade. It would have been ahead by like $100, but I was just playing with it, just watching stuff. Um, but yeah, I
Everybody,
haven't done that. I
this
haven't
is
done
what
that
we were
heavy
talking
scalping like
about.
I was doing before. I have to wait, and I will do that again, but not
Right.
with futures. And maybe I don't know. I want to do that 2-minute
You
EW
got to
like
build your
Andrew's
account
doing.
up before you mess with it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this is what I was talking about earlier, gang. You see where the 9, see where they're all converged here? And then the 9 breaks out and crosses over the 21, back down, and
What time was that at?
look at the
I got
start
in
of the EWO.
I got in at 9:37 a.m.
Nice.
The third candle.
Nice. Way to go.
Yeah,
job.
if I had buying power, oh my god.
So let's
That would
see.
have been an account changer.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
you know how many days there's been account changes that I couldn't get in on? I'm pissed. Ugh. I'll get there. Get there.
9:36, 9:38. So since it's on a 2-minute, so you were on the 1 minute.
No, I was on
But
the 2-minute, and we went over that today too, Bruno and David. It's like the candle goes from 9:36 to 9:38, and I got in there, and it was 9:37, but I was on the 2-minute.
Okay. Well,
That's
that's
why I
probably
chose that
what
spot.
Robin Hood tells you got it at 9:37 or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it had everything. It had, it was below the 9, below all of them, 920. Everything's behind you. Below the
Yeah, look
VWAP.
at that. It's a perfect
Yep,
setup.
below the 200, the 9 and the 21 had crossed, and it was on a super trend. So that's 6-star trade right there.
And look at the start of the EWO. What did I tell you guys? When the 9 crosses the 21, that's the start of a new EWO.
How easy is that for us to see now? And we didn't even know it before until Eric talked about it.
I know. Eric Smoto.
I know. It's so easy to see though now. It's like, how do you not know that? Yeah.
Shout out to Eric. It always starts the beginning of an EWO. Did you know that, Ange?
What?
By now you knew it, right? That the 9 crossing the 21 always starts an EWO.
Oh yeah.
We didn't know that last year. We were like, whoa.
Yeah, I like to scalp that way.
Yeah.
See, and right here, when it comes up towards the 21, this is definitely a weird moment here. But
Spy tends to respect the 21.
Yeah.
If it's not respecting that, it respects the 21, unless it's not going to. Then it's not going to at all. But if it does it, you can count on that until it's just not going to, until everything turns.
Yeah, when I'm to the downside, I never get out of these right here. Until it starts getting towards the 55, then I get out.
Well, if the 9's curling up and heading towards the 21, if they're getting close, then I might think about it. If it crosses, if it goes past the 21.
Right.
But if it doesn't, I'll stay right there. If it touches the 21, I'll still stay right there because I know Spy normally on a day that it's respecting the 21, it does all day until it doesn't, and then it's gone.
Yeah, these tickers have habits, gang. You'll hear Poem talk about it all the time. You see how much momentum this is to the downside. You know how much work it would take to drive these indicators back to the upside. I mean, it could happen. You could have a news catalyst that could jump in there and have it turn back up.
Look at the end of the day. It did. Way up there.
When you got this much momentum, you don't let stuff like this scare you out, especially if you're in heavy shed. Just shed, because it tends to bounce off the 9 or the 21 and come back down. This happens quite a bit. That's why I'm never scared out when I see this happen. When I start to see it start getting up here, that's when my ass is like, okay, yeah, I'm getting out of here. But when I see this kind of stuff, I don't go anywhere. It bumps to 9, it bumps to 20, because it almost always, not every time, not every but most of the time, it does this right here.
If it's
Comes
going against
right
you and
back
you
down.
look at those indicators, the 9, 21, and 55 are all nice and spread apart.
Yep.
I don't even worry about it until they start moving, until they start curling, turning towards each other. I don't even worry about it.
See, it never crossed the 55 here, right? It never
Right.
broke up into this area. Look what
Right.
happened. Continue to the day. It will fake you out. You got to learn how not to be so scared, but you got to position size helps with that. That's why coach tells you get in with a small position. It'll help you practice riding through shit like that. If you're in it with not a whole bunch of skin in the game, you can sit through that and watch it do this stuff without
and it helps you
losing
to
a bunch
learn
of
how
money.
to sit through more. You train yourself to be able to sit through more if you sit through that with just one contract or one share, whatever,
Yep, that was what I just
slow.
said. Yep.
Look at the end of the day though. Once it did cross the 21 and what it did. Once
Yeah,
it
look at
does,
that.
once it goes, and then it went sky.
And you got okay. So let's give everybody another example. 9 crosses the 21 right here. Look at that. Start of a new EWO, a green one, right there.
That's when I
The
said out
end
loud,
of the
I
red
don't
one,
like it.
The start of the new one. End of the red one, start of the new one, right there. As soon as you see the 9 cross the 21, right there.
You ever watch the 9 chase it? Like today's SPY was going up, I think. It was going up or down. I don't remember. But then the 9 is like all of a sudden it's chasing it. It's not just curling, it's going faster, it's trying to get to it. That's when you know. Get out.
Yeah. Yep.
That was a good trade today, though. That was a great SPY day. Ooh.
What the hell's going on?
What's that UP whatever one doing now? Are you just looking at it?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Dude, what is going on?
What's wrong?
It's not showing us on the screen. It's just doing some weird shit.
Here we are.
It's weird.
My cigarette. We're on the screen now.
Yep. All right. While we're here, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christina.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You.
It's a sultry voice. Happy birthday
to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, it's not Ted's stuff, but
They said, bring the guys out. Bring the guys. He brings that Weird Al. I'm like, that's
like not Weird Al,
right?
Dummy, right?
No, it's not my
nah,
type.
not calling you a dummy, Ted, before
Going
you
to Home
freaks
Depot.
out.
That was funny.
She needs that lumberjack type. The Weird Al's not going to quite cut it.
A real man, that's all. Man.
Man's man.
Man's man knows what to do. Knows what how to do stuff.
All right,
how to change oil, how to do the brakes, things like that. Things that they're supposed to know. Guys don't know that shit anymore.
Man's feet's supposed to stink.
Well,
I started thinking about him. I still look. You know where I got that from? Oh, Jen said happy birthday.
Thank you.
Waterboy.
Oh, I didn't.
Men are supposed to have stinky feet. She said.
I don't think so. Well, they can have them, but on their own. Did Ange leave?
Yeah, Ange did an Irish goodbye.
Is that 2 of them today already? That's funny.
Love your face, Ange.
Oh, what time is it? Is she going into futures? She's probably going to trade.
Yep, probably going to trade. I'm about to go ahead and end. Everybody, thank you, Darn Cricket. Doug, I see you down there. Woodsy, what's happening? Pebbles. Diesel Dan, American Dream Trading always runs on Diesel Dan. Mustang Chris, what is up? Thank you guys for being here, answering the questions, doing the do. Vegan Knowledge, JJ, thank you for coming and hanging out. Everybody make sure you give happy birthday to Christina.
Thank you.
Today is her day.
It's my day. Woohoo!
Irish goodbye, G.
Party over here.
Irish goodbye.
Bye.
Down
Bye.
there in the
See ya.
chat. See ya.
See ya. I missed Coach today. I missed him. He didn't even pop in. Nothing.
I know. Well, you know he's.
I know. I didn't know. I did not know until today. But yeah, I missed him today. Just his voice.
I know. We all.
I mean, we got to hear it on the recording, but you know.
Yep, we got Mark filling in. Mark's doing a great job.
He does an awesome job. He really does.
We go live 3 times a
really
day,
good.
Everybody. If those of you who are brand new over here, make sure you are hitting that like and subscribe. If you want to join American Dream Trading and become a part of our amazing trading family, go ahead and click the link that is located at the top of the stream. It is pinned to the top of the live chat, and it's none other than AmericanDreamTrading.com. But yes, we are live if you'd like to get a sample size. 9 to 11, and right now while Coach is out dealing with family issues, Mark McSee has been live. He's been doing a fantastic job. If you're interested in joining futures, you can get a taste of that because Mark is again live from 2 to 4, and then we come and just kind of tie up the loose ends for the day here in the aftermarket. We
Where's
do
Mark?
puzzles. Huh?
Where's Mark? I said.
Mark was down there.
And 3
He
times
was there.
He must be exhausted. Wow.
Yeah, he was there. I saw him there earlier. He might be out right now, but yeah, I saw him there earlier. I thought I put this damn video up. Now it's showing like it didn't get up there. So I'm going to end with Coach's rules as I normally do. I want to thank everybody once again for being here. Ange, Christina, thank you ladies for coming up here on the panel and helping me out. Let me see here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. Everybody have a good night. I'm going to end with the latest Coach's video that I did. Very, very, very motivational. And then we'll finish with the rules. All right. Have a good night, Christina. Have
Thanks,
a good birthday tonight.
Yeah,
Peace and blessings, everybody.
I see some people in the profits and loss area when they take an L, it's always because they, air quotes, thought it was going to do something else. Am I right? How many times have you guys stayed in a bad trade because you thought, well, I know it's going down, but
I just had to break.
yeah.
The other day.
Yeah.
The other day.
Yeah.
That it was so
Good morning with LGM.
Yeah, you'll go, oh, it didn't bounce there. Oh, maybe it will here. Well, it didn't. Okay, well, maybe here. Oh, well, you know what? Damn it. Now I'm down 30% on the trade. Well, you know what? I'm already in 30%. Let's just go ahead. I can just wait just a little bit more. It's no big deal. If it, oh, whoops, now it's 50%. Well, you know what? I didn't go that big. Oh, 70%. Oh, knife drop. Damn it, 75%. Well, I'm in it now. I might as well just hold on the rest of the day. Drops down 85%. You get out. It rebounds. And then at the end of the day, like, oh my gosh, if I just would have stayed in. Yep. So how about this? How about the second it breaks the rules of what it's supposed to do, you just get your out and you reassess. I need everybody to follow the rules that are in here. Every single time that I see anybody that is not succeeding, the first thing you can always see is they broke the rules. Sorry, coach, I broke the rules. I can't believe I did that again. How about today? We just start out with, I'm not going to break the frickin' rules, right? The rules are there for a reason, okay? If you haven't heard my rules, I've got a good list of them, and you have to follow all. You don't get to cherry pick my rules, okay? You need to come in with an empty cup. I don't care how many courses. I don't care how many online activities you've been a part of. I don't care how many rooms you've been in. I don't even give a how long you've been trading. You need to come in with an empty cup, okay? Because guess what? If you were the world's greatest trader, you wouldn't be watching me right now. In this room, with me, a real professional coach that I've trained millions of people inside of here, you will learn to be an actual stock market trader and not a call out chaser. Okay. Now I know you see a lot of people out there selling you stuff, brand new kids. I've been trading for 4 years, so I'm going to sell a Discord and all this other bullshit. Well, that's not us. We've made over 10 millionaires inside of this room, and 8 of them had never traded a day in their life. Nobody has those statistics. I don't care where you go. I don't care how many YouTube subscribers they have. I don't care how long they've been in the game doing training. None of that. The proof is in the pudding. Oh, coach, well, how is your trading? My trading doesn't mean. So my proof in the pudding is how are you doing? How is my community doing? Not how I am doing. So if you guys are looking to just watch somebody trade and not learn how to trade, there's plenty of people that'll do that and brag about how great they did in their trading and the success that they did in trading. You're not going to get that in here. My job is to train you. Please follow the rules. Nobody go rogue. Some of the rules that we have to and live and die by in here is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account value in any given day. Make sure you have stop losses on each and every trade, regardless of shares and or options. Make sure you guys are practicing small base hits. Don't go for home runs. Allow the runners to run and stop out the losers. If you're a new trader, make sure you are paper trading using a simulated trading system such as Webull or some of the other ones that are out there. If you are an expert trader, please make sure you also are being careful the first 3 minutes and the last 8 to 9 minutes of the day. Those are the absolute most volatile times in the entire market. Also, if you're a newer trader, please don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day. Those are the most dangerous times.